Well, hello out there in YouTube land. I've managed to put together another video, and this one is once again on money and politics, and the corruption, I would say, corruption of our government and our political system. And this is the book that prompted me to do this video or inspired this video. It's a new book. It's called So Damn Much Money. It's by a guy named Kaiser who is a reporter and editor at the Washington Post. Triumph of Lobbying and the Corrosion of American Government. Now, this is basically similar to a couple of the other videos I did. One on Daschle, who was a lobbyist and got caught up in the money thing, and another one, on the Wrecking Crew, which I guess the basic theme, you could say, is that there's way too much money in politics because politicians are bought now by lobbyists and corporations and people with money. This has really only occurred, really, for on a massive scale in the last, let's say, 20 years. And you can tell this by how much Washington has changed in the last 20 years. So that you see now Washington is awash in lawyers and lobbyists and money and big houses and lobbying firms and the two richest counties in the United States are in the Washington D.C. suburbs. And it's not, I'm trying to think, it's not in New York, it's not, it's not in the financial district even. Not in the financial district in New York. It's not in any manufacturing district. It isn't in any oil-related industry in Texas or anything like that. It's Washington, D.C. is the rich because the money is coming from corporations and the wealthy and other interest groups to influence the Congress. And now the other thing that this fellow Kaiser mentions in his book on money and politics is that what's happened is we have a new kind of politician now. The new kind of politician is really not interested in politics or policy or good government or doing what's right or even helping, helping the nation. The new kind of politician is interested in winning elections and raising money to win elections. And so they don't really know the rule. They don't know about policy that much. They don't know about, let's say, procedures or issues. They're not particularly good speakers, I wouldn't say. They're not particularly intelligent. Well, let's say they're not. They're not interested in any causes. They don't have any particular, I wouldn't say any strong intellectual or interest or knowledge in any kind of field. They like to campaign. And that's what now is you've got a constant campaign that you have to do. When you're elected in the House of Representatives, you got to campaign all the time. You're being elected every 2 years. So we got another election in I don't know how many months. How many months? The next 20 months is the next election. You got to start raising your money now, already. So what else can we say about this? Did I already say I call them blow dry politicians? They're all kind of a little attractive. They got the kind of a nice resume. It helps to be good looking, really. And having curiosity, having a passion for for an issue or a cause, that doesn't help you out, right? You got to fundraise. And then at the end of this video, I have the prime example of someone who got caught up in the lobbying machine, I guess you call it. Okay, this is Tom Daschle. This is Tom Daschle, Senator Tom Daschle, who was nominated for Health and Human Services, and they found out that he was driving around Washington with a limousine and a chauffeur, and he wasn't, and it was a gift, quote unquote, a perk, and he wasn't declaring it his income, and the other, Tom Daschle was basically hired by a lobbying firm. Now, they say technically that he didn't register as a lobbyist, but he had a chauffeur car, and I don't know, the salary was good, and he was getting speaking fees, which is also a form of cashing in, and people trying to curry, giving you speaking fees and trying to curry favor, etc. And then the other bad thing about Daschle is, or the other thing that really I thought tubed, and he was basically in bed with these healthcare people, healthcare industry. And then what's also worse or bad is his wife is a lobbyist too. So, and Obama had said that he wanted a new. That's a picture of his wife back there. Linda Daschle. Linda Daschle is a lobbyist for the airline industry. So what we have is we have a government really. Well, I should have said this earlier in the video. The votes really don't count that much. Your vote, it's money that trumps. Money is what really counts. If you don't have money, you can't even get off the ground in a campaign. And you've got to be, unless you're super popular, unless you come from a district or an area where you are just the hottest thing and everybody loves you, and that's kind of rare. You have got to raise, $1 million at least for a House race? I would say $1 million, $2 million, $3. Some of them are going up to $10 million. So I would recommend both The Wrecking Crew, which that book, and by Thomas Frank, and he has a whole he has chapter after chapter on how money and lobbyists and the corruption in the Republican Party and the Abramoff scandal and how they raised money and how they lined their own pockets with the money, and they ripped off they ripped off the Indian tribes. Okay, well, I'm going to shorten up this video. I thought I would go a little bit longer, but I'm going to edit this down and see if I crew and so much damn money, and I'm going to buy so much damn money. I just heard about it, and I haven't gone through it, but I agree with most of what was said in